There is a moment, quiet, easy to miss, when a dog stops asking. Not with a sound, not with a whimper or a bark or a scratch at the door. He simply stops. And if you weren't paying close enough attention, you might not even notice the exact second it happened. You might just look up one day and realize the eyes that used to follow you everywhere are now looking slightly past you, like they're watching something behind you that you cannot see. That's where this story begins. Not with abandonment, not with cruelty, just with a slow, invisible kind of forgetting. His name doesn't matter. What matters is what he used to be. He was the kind of dog who heard your alarm before it went off and was already waiting at the edge of the bed. The kind who learned the sound of your specific car from 3 streets away and had his nose against the glass 17 seconds before you pulled into the driveway. He memorized your moods the way scholars memorize ancient texts, devotedly, completely, with no expectation of being thanked for it. He knew when you were sad before you admitted it to yourself. He would press himself against your legs, not looking for praise, just offering weight. Saying without language, "I am here. You are not alone." That pressure was intentional. Dogs understand something about grief that humans spend decades in therapy trying to learn, that sometimes presence alone is the entire answer. But somewhere along the way, the mornings got busier. The evenings got shorter. The phone became louder than the room. And the dog, he waited. He always waited. At the door, at the foot of the stairs, at the edge of whatever space you occupied. Just outside the circle of your attention, tail moving in that slow, hopeful arc. Do you remember the last time you really looked at him? Not glanced, not patted his head automatically while scrolling. Actually looked, the way he always looked at you? He started reading the silences differently then. At first, he would nudge your hand, a soft push of his nose under your palm, the oldest question in the world asked without words. And you'd respond sometimes, a distracted stroke, a mumbled "hey boy," without looking up. It wasn't nothing, but it wasn't what it used to be, and he knew the difference. Animals always know the difference. Then the nudging became less frequent, not because the need disappeared, but because he was learning something painful, a lesson no creature should have to learn. That reaching out and being half received is lonelier than not reaching at all. So he began to choose silence. He curled himself into smaller spaces. He stopped stationing himself at the door. He was still there. He just wasn't hoping the same way anymore. What no one notices is that this is not sadness. It's something more complicated than sadness.